Hello. Today I would like to talk about my 9.2 preparation. This will be a three-part preparation: character preparation, guild preparation, and gold making preparation. Now, to start off with my character preparation, through Torghast I have leveled all of my covenants to near 80. This has given me a lot of soul ash and soul cinders, so I will not need them next patch. I will be leveling in war mode specifically because of gateway mastery, because it will increase the range of gateway. This is the most important part. I have also crafted the legendary pillars of the dark portal to use it twice. You don't need a high level legendary for it. I have also bought relics of the first ones. I have found these really cheap on the auction house. They were actually 10k gold each, so I was very happy about it. Next, you will want to have Theatar. Theatar has a trait called Leisurely Guide. This will give you Door of Shadows 2 charges. Now, it will increase its cooldown to 1.5 minutes, but whenever you equip your relic of the first ones, it becomes 1.2. This will save you a lot of time. So, let's start off with items. The first item is Electroshock Mount Motivator. It will increase your mounted speed by 10%, stacking up to 5 times. I do not recommend going up to 5 times. Go to 4 times, then let it drop, and then do it again. Goblin Glider kits will also be very important, as you will be jumping a lot and you don't want to die. The next is the Silver Shardhide Whistle. It will spawn a bear, which will make you go really fast for a short amount of time. If you don't have this, you can get it in Korthia in a few minutes. I have cleaned my bags as best as I could. I know this is a problem for a lot of people, but sometimes you have to clean up your bags. Next, I would like to talk about my guild preparation. For guild preparation, I have prepared a lot of materials for legendaries. I have prepared them so that we do not lose a lot of gold whenever the legendaries come in. I expect materials to double or triple in price, so I did not want this to happen to my guildies, so I have dumped about, I think, 12 million gold into the preparation to buy all of the necessary materials or farm them and level all of my professions and their legendaries. I have also prepared materials for new feasts. New feasts will require one of each fish, 5 of each meat, and to craft them you will need shaded stone, refreshing spring water, and something else. I can't remember exactly. As you can see, I have a few more fish to buy. Or fish. Now, for my own gold making preparation, as I said, I have leveled all of my professions, but I will be focusing into 3 waves. The first wave will be the 233 and the 262 gear. I expect, because I am a human and I usually get it very early on, that I will be the only one on the server who has it, so I will try to capitalize on this. I will have it before the raid release, so I have prepared all of the necessary materials for most of the items. As you can see here, I have focused mostly on rings and necks. I think that they will be the ones that will make the most gold. Now, I will also need materials for the new stuff, and I have prepared a lot of materials for that too, specifically essences, as I think the jewel crafting Crafter's Mark 4 and Crafter's Mark of the first ones will be the cheapest one to make and the easiest one to prepare for. Now, let's go over my legendary preparations. I have leveled on my paladin, jewel crafting and blacksmithing legendaries. This is something that I think will come in my second wave of gold making, and I have prepared some materials for that too. Specifically, I have prepared a lot of materials for rings and some plates. Now, if you take a look, I have prepared a lot of Shadowghast ingots. If you take a look at what do they require to be made, they require selenium, sinvir, federum, and oxine ore. Now you might think, what? This ore is cheap. Well, in the new zone, you will not be getting this ore, so I expect the prices to rise drastically. On my server, currently, they're double or triple the price than they were a few days ago. I have also prepared quite a few materials for rings and necks, but I have not prepared a lot of Elithium bars. In the new zone, you will have a lot of Elithium nodes. So I just felt like because I have prepared on my main character herbalism and mining, I don't think that I will need as much. Also, a lot of guildies are switching their professions to mining and something else, so I think there will be more than enough Elithium. The new crafters marks and will need Anger's Eye, Umbral, and Aurablaze, so I kept some. If I get too many of them, I will just vendor them as their vendor price is ridiculous. Now, let's go on to my druid, and I would like to show you what I have prepared on my druid for its legendary crafting. Now, I will tell you, leveling all leather and mail legendaries is quite a big job. I have spent almost 12 million gold on leveling legendaries and getting all of the materials needed, so that is quite a bit. If I go to my bank, you will see that I have prepared a lot of heavy callus hides. Now, whenever I bought them, they were quite cheap, about 250 gold each. And I think this will go up in price by about 2 or 3 times on the first wave of legendaries. If we take a look really quickly at the auction house, we will see that currently there are about, let's see, there are 17,000, and they vary in price. But whenever the patch starts, you will see that you need a lot of materials for the legendaries. Let's take a look specifically at the legendary Helm, for example, which is the most expensive piece. Now, because this particular one is the most expensive, you will see that it requires 20 enchanted heavy callus hides and 20 heavy callus hides. Each enchanted hide is 2 heavy callus hides, so you will need 60. Now, let's say you play on a server where 1,000 people will need this. So you need 60 times 1,000, you will need 60,000 of them. That is more than 4 whole auction houses on my server. I currently play on Argent Dawn EU, which is a high populated server. So that is going to be quite fun. Making the legendaries will require quite a bit of work, as I still need to turn some heavy callus hides into enchanted heavy callus hides. But that is mostly it. I would like to take a moment and talk about professions. because I am crafting, I think that the new vestige will be the cheapest for jewel crafting. Now, because it is cheapest for jewel crafting, I will be switching after I obtain it after the third week. I will be switching my skinning for jewel crafting. In this patch, blacksmithing had the cheapest one. So, for example, my friend who has leveled all of tailoring legendaries, he has switched to blacksmithing as his second profession, as the vestige for blacksmithing it was like maybe 5 times cheaper than the tailoring vestige. The next patch, that is going to be the case with jewel crafting. Jewel crafting is going to be the cheapest one. So, what we will do, we will take jewel crafting, we will craft the vestige with jewel crafting, and just put it here into our leatherworking. Gauntlets are like the only legendary that I haven't leveled because one of my guildies has it. Now, let's go over something that I have forgotten, and that is professions on your main. Next patch, you will need a lot of materials, and not only for making gold, but also you will need them for just your own legendaries. To get your own legendaries, you will need about, I think, 10 minutes to gather the materials if you're using the method where you make the vestige with the cheapest one and craft it onto the more expensive one. So, I have taken herbalism and mining. As of right now, if you if you're not planning on farming, you should take mining and skinning. The materials for legendaries are going to come from rares, and quite a bit of rares are skinnable as of right now, and they will actually drop the materials needed for the legendary. So you will want to skin those rares. I have picked up herbalism because the alchemy crafter's mark of the first ones and crafter's mark 4 will be, in my opinion, one of the cheapest ones. And mining is a no-brainer. To craft a vestige for jewel crafting, you need 10 progenium ore. Now, 10 progenium ore is actually very easy to farm. While, for example, for leatherworking, you need 40 protogenic pelts. But from a rare, you get somewhere between 4 and 8, depending on which rare it is. So you can see what the difference is. Getting 10 progenium more will literally take you about 2 or 3 minutes. Now, one more thing that I wanted to talk about is how you obtain these. Now, I have told you that you get protogenic pelts from rares, but the first flower, which comes from herbalism and progenium ore, are only in one specific part of the zone. You will not have those low-level druids that you usually see mining and herbing there, as there will be a lot of elites there. And this is why I have taken herbalism and mining on my main. I will probably be using them for like 1 week, but the new for the new vestige you will need to get Progenitor's Essentia. Now, Progenitor's Essentia comes from looting treasures, mining, skinning, and herbalism. But in Zereth Mortis, there is not really a good spot for skinning. In Korthia, at Mauler's Overlook, you had a lot of shard hides which you could skin. So, and they were on a hyper spawn. But in Zereth Mortis, there is no such place. So that is why I think that it is not really feasible to take skinning if you're farming. But if you're not going to farm, you should certainly take skinning, as it will net you the most gold, and it will also be usable on all of the rares, as you will be killing them anyway. On alts, I don't think you should be taking mining and herbalism unless they are really geared, or you plan to do it in a group. I will have my guide for routes, I think, tomorrow, so that you can farm in peace. But until then, I would like to thank you for watching this guide. You can find my Discord and Twitch in the description, and hopefully I will see you there. Until next time.